Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Vampyr. Didn't know I could get up there. Anyway. Picking up where we left off, we found Nurse Crane, did some stuff, got attacked by some more pre-win dickheads, and then fought some bosses. A pair of bosses. So now we're going to head back to the dock because our mesmerize level went up last time. And there was the one old lady at the docks who wouldn't let us into her house, or wouldn't even talk to us. So we should be able to get into our house, talk to her, look around, see what's up. Hopefully, it'll provide us with something useful. But obviously we won't know until we get there. Can I just hop up there next? No? Really? Why not? Dock cell right here. Good. But yeah, two bosses at once. A fucking brawler and the crossbow guy. The crossbow guy was a piece of piss. It took him out no problem. I hate fighting brawler guys though. They're very annoying. Also, probably could have used, and the brawler guy you couldn't even stun. Like whenever I hit him with the stake, he was just like, nah, it doesn't bother me. And while he's not a vampire, getting stabbed by a sharp piece of wood would still, you would think anyway, hurt quite a bit. And maybe throw you off your game a little bit. Okay, I do believe she's this way. Guess she should be near this guy and the other guy. Rufus, yeah, there she is. Alright, let's see. Now, I don't know that there's any point to talk to this lady, but unless you're going to,
You best come back in the morning, Doctor.
Unless you're going to feed on her, but...
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets.
It's locked.
Well, let's first take a peek around the house. See what we can pick up. I'm assuming the lock stuff is probably like if you kill the person, they like drop a key that can let you in, because there seems to be more or less a locked box for every person, or a safe or something, Alright.
So you have questions about the flu then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
Well, I'm not a stranger. I know your son. But yeah, like as you can see, we already have what we need from her, or for hints, but...
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope Factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
We may want to talk to Seymour after this.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
I mean, obviously none of these matter, but... I mean, because here's the thing, right? The human mind is a mystery. And he is fully responsible. Justice is the cure is a bit much. I mean, it would obviously get him off the street, but it wouldn't, and stop him from killing innocent people. He might still kill, like, cellmates and other prisoners, but innocent, I guess guards, maybe. But I mean, I wouldn't say that it would cure him of his desire to kill. So, I mean...
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
All right.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Now, here's the thing, right? I somewhat understand her, right? I mean,
Too long, sir.
he's her child. She wants to protect him. Okay, I get that. I understand that, but he's killing people. I mean, there is a limit to what you should
Good
protect
evening,
your
Mr.
child
Fishburne.
from.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a shoplifter or a burglar or something that, you know, steals
Goodbye,
stuff,
Mr.
screws
Fishburne.
people over, but doesn't, doesn't like hurt them, right? Like, he's literally killing people that you shouldn't be protecting them at that point. Alright, I think the only thing we have left at the docks is we have one more hint for the dude at the bar. That's always at the bar there. I think that's the last thing that we have at the dock, at least on the east end of the docks. And we need to get, like, that night asylum place that she was talking about. That's actually where we need to go to get the hint for him. So, yeah. Anyway. Back to the hospital. And we'll talk to Lady Ashbury. Apparently, she will move to her own house after a while, but it's in a... I don't think we can go there. Well, actually, I don't know. No, I don't think we can get there. Oh, the bridge is right there. Let's see, did I, have I been over here now? Doesn't look like it, so I doubt that we can actually get there. There's probably just like a gate or something, or like a cart blocking the way so that you can't get to it. Because her house is in the West End, so. I'm assuming then that we don't get sent to the West End, because this thing says she moves back there in Chapter 4. So I have to assume that it's Chapter 4 that we get sent to the West End. Oh, this isn't right. In the tank, maybe.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you, it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Scowl?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Okay, but what about the giant hairy ones? I'm more interested in those.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
Yeah, but what about the guard?
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely, it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
That seems like a dumb question.
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
It's not a very complicated process.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
See, now the most, like, I don't know, I guess viable thing that I've read about how a vampire creates another vampire is it is that they have to drink vampire blood. That's a very common I'm gonna make a new vampire thing, right? Is they must drink your blood. But there's usually what's that? Some of them also have like an extra step where it's like not only must they drink of your blood, but you must also like basically drain them until they're almost dead before they drink your blood. And that way, you know, like the vampire blood will replace the regular blood. Now I'm going to assume that after we analyze this, we're going to go to sleep. So we'll check for all of our patients here. And that guy we can't cure yet. She's in the other end of the dock, so we can't do anything with her. We need another mesmerize level before we can do anything with Mason. And we haven't been to the West End. So yeah, we've got everybody cured. We've done everything that we can as far as I'm aware. I think this one is locked, right? Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll just go until it tells us to sleep, and then we'll end the part there. Because yeah, we don't got anything else. Alright, let us analyze the blood sample. And that gives us a light stamina serum. Whoop-de-doo. Let's recycle everything we can. And then see if we can upgrade anything. Nope, still need good handle parts for that. Oh, that barbed cudgel. Is this? No, we picked up the bludgeon. No, here it is, offhand. The truncheon. 15 stun, attack speed 10. Whereas I guess this is upgraded though, but we still probably don't have anything to upgrade it. Milton shotgun. We still can't upgrade that. Yeah, I guess until we get better stuff. I mean, I'm tempted to do one of these because probably the cudgel, since it has higher, well, I guess it's upgraded, right? So it would have higher damage than that. Increased damage or increased stun. We also got a hatchet at some point. What is it? Okay, so that can also put stun and or give me blood. I mean, we're starting to just basically require blue parts, right? And we don't need too many. And we do have quite a few of these other ones, so it's... I don't know, maybe I should upgrade the revolver since it takes different parts than the other one. Damage dealt or decrease reloading time. Let's worry about damage. Rate of fire, stun points when projectiles reach their target. That's a weird way when the weapon hits. I mean, that's a weird way to phrase that, right? Because couldn't like just say you're adding 5 stun. Like obviously it only works if it hits. Now generally when I use guns, it's just to try and like blast away their health because I don't want to get close to them. I don't know if adding stun would really make a difference, but at the same time I don't think that adding a fire rate would either, so I guess I'll go with the stun. And then we need blue parts for that. Have a lot of both of those parts as well. I don't know that I'll ever use those. Did I not upgrade the machete at any point? I could. Did I? Guess not. In this file, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know what to do with some of these. And then I could do this one, the bludgeon, to add stun. Because yeah, I know that there isn't there is an achievement to collect all the weapons. I don't know if every square is a weapon or not. I'm not like I don't. I'm assuming so because since two hands and offhands, since it's separated like this, I'm assuming that every square is a weapon. And there is an achievement for doing that. We won't be getting it though, because you need to kill pretty much everybody. Like quite a few people have a weapon that you kill them to get. And there's no other way to get it, like Milton's shotgun. If you kill Milton, then you will also get his shotgun. So, like, I just don't know, like, how much I need to worry about keeping some of the, like, keeping all these parts. Because, I mean, like, I don't know that I'll use anything other than what I currently have equipped, right? So I don't know if it's worth it to, like, avoid upgrading it. I mean, this is, you know, I'm gonna throw the stun onto these as well. Common handle parts, got a lot of those. And bludgeon, I'll do that. Okay, so I don't have any more common handle parts. Do these take tiny ones? They do take tiny ones. But I'd rather keep that since I need more for this one, right? Yeah. Alright, so that's upgrade.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scows. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Oh, now we're into chapter 3. Establish a connection between vampire epidemic and Spanish flu. Or about the vampire epidemic. Alright, where's Milton? There he is. Because now that we've done all of that, I'd like to sell whatever else we have.
Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Rick.
Okay. Apparently I can sell the truncheon, which is interesting. Didn't realize I could sell those. Where is it? Here we go. Random junk. So I can sell the rings. And I can sell the small... with an engraved name partially hidden by dry blood. Yeah, I don't know if that's the one. I think that's the one that I can turn into the lady, but I can also, but like the other part of the quest is just sell it, which doesn't seem like a good choice. All right, what do we got for quests? So we're into chapter 3. It didn't actually tell us to sleep, which is interesting. Where's our, like, do we not just have, like, a regular quest list anywhere? Like, I guess just talking to Swansea is our main quest, and like the other one, because they popped up twice, but I'm assuming the other one is just like overall we're gonna try and draw a connection between them. But let's go talk to Swansea. It's a very chatty part, but you know, we're gonna get those in a game like this.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I may turn London into my realm.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Attend Mary's funeral, eh? Okay, dude, get the fuck out. Actually, can I say anything else to you?
I need to talk.
Please do.
Okay.
So you manage a hospital financed by a vampire?
Yes, Pembroke was founded by Lady Ashbury. She's also our largest donor.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunters in the East End?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Priwen. Zealots to the last man.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention, but they concluded vampires were a scourge.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous and not to be trifled with. To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Did something happen? She seems such a very capable woman.
She is forever gone, which is not the J. Kind of. Yeah, which is not the case. I don't know. What do I tell him? I mean, I did ask for a resignation, but I mean,
Perhaps too capable. Nurse Crane also ran an illicit dispensary in Whitechapel. I had to ask for her resignation.
I see. Well, you'll just have to manage without her assistance.
We'll
All right.
talk later.
Alright, so I'm assuming the Stonebridge Cemetery is that one that we've ran through a few times now to get to Whitechapel, right? Yeah. Oh, good God, we gotta go through that end, though? Oh, whatever. I don't know what we're supposed to do there, though, considering that Bibby said she was being buried in the morning. So what are we supposed to do there? But anyway, we'll end this part here. And next part we will head to the we'll start by heading to the cemetery and attending the funeral. I imagine something will go wrong. Well, I mean, obviously if our mother is still alive, she'll probably be at the funeral. So maybe we'll have a chat with her or something. But either way, that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for more.